Hello, and welcome to Keeping It Real with Shannon Live. Because you don't know how it's going to turn out.
My kids empowered me to get out.
What's going on with this remote learning and in the midst of COVID?
Working for different elected officials, learning and understanding how to put the community first.
Hello, and welcome to Keeping It Real with Shannon. We're back. We've been away all summer, taking a quick break, getting a little bit of rest, but we're back tonight, and thank you so much for joining us. So, hello to my co-hosts, Miss Dr. Vanessa, Mrs. Sandler, how you doing? And to joining us tonight, our special guest, Miss Barbara Biggs Glover. We're going to get to talk to her in a few minutes, but so much happened while we was going over the summer. So quickly, I just want to share that my aunt turned 100 years old, and we had her birthday party this weekend. 100 years old, Aunt Annetta Reeds. Can you imagine facing history? That was history in the making. So wonderful. And then also, I want to share my good, exciting news. I was honored by the Dream Foundation for my work in the community and my Lions organization. And also my special guest today was also honored at this same event. So we want to say congratulations to Ms. Barbara Biggs also. But the party continues. My Lions, Brooklyn Bedford-Stuyvesant Lions Club is having an annual dinner dance on October 20th and Anton. So you definitely don't want to miss that. So you want to come and continue to party with me at the dinner dance on October 20th. So if you're interested in coming, give me a call. Let me know how many tickets you want and hope to see you there. So welcome everyone to this show. And welcome to you, Miss Barbara Biggs Glover. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me. I'm quite excited.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for extending it.
We was reading about your organization, and It sounds like a very interesting organization with women. And our topic tonight is women with a purpose, because women are doing it now. We're taking over. We're taking charge. It's our time.
Yes. Absolutely, this is definitely our time. But I just want to shed some light on our special guest today. She's the president of the Brooklyn Club of the National Association of Negro Business and Professional Women's Clubs Incorporation. And their mission is to promote and protect the interests of African American business and professional women, to serve as a bridge for young women seeking to enter business and the professions, to improve the quality of life in the local and global communities, and to foster good fellowship. So again, welcome again, Miss Barbara Biggs Glover, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm blessed to be here, and I'm proud to be a part of the Brooklyn Club of the National Association of Negro Business and Professional Women. I've been blessed to be a part of the organization since 1982, so I'm kind of telling my age, but it has been a rewarding experience to be a part of it, and to have had the opportunity to meet so many dynamic women, so many women that have wanted to embrace the community, uplift and enhance their living conditions, uplift the quality of living in our various communities. We basically we say Brooklyn, but many of us come from other communities, and when we do our programs, we offer them to other communities as well. In terms of because of COVID-19 and its variants that lingered and still lingers in our communities, but the Brooklyn Club was able to prevail.
So, Ms. Biggs, tell us, with the organization, we know it's a women's organization, but what kind of professions are in the organization? I'm sure you probably got doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs. What type of women, professional women, do you have in the organization?
Yes, doctors, lawyers, real estate brokers. We have teachers, professors. We have had women that own their own businesses in terms of salons, particularly hair styling salons as well. And so it's an array of business and professional women that are a part of our organization. In order to become a part of it, you have to have proof of or credentials proving the status. If you're in a business, then you have a business certificate. If you are a professional person, then you have to have documentation, degrees, and certificates also stating your status.
So, Ms. Glover, so would you say that the organization is more like a network organization? How does each organization intertwine and support each other?
Through networking, yeah, and collaborations. But we are mandated to do programs in the areas, in whatever areas we deem important at the time. So right now, our theme for the Brooklyn Club is 78 years of SIP, systematically intensifying progression continues. So everything we do, we want to enhance, empower our community to take it to the next level.
I think.
Okay, sorry.
No, please continue.
Yes. So in terms of our platforms, our outreach is paramount, and it assures access to programs that are informative and comprehensive. And so we have a Facebook presence, we have a YouTube presence, and we have a website on webs.com. Right. That one needs to be revised, but it's there and it gives a history of what we've been doing over the years. We also have given out over $1 million in scholarships over the many years that we've been in existence for secondary education, and also nurses leaving, say, Carol Barton High School. They usually leave there with a practical nurse degree, and then they show that they have been accepted to the next level, a college in the next level, and they qualify for scholarship from us in that area as well.
I think that's huge, Ms. Glover, and I commend. I'm surrounded by powerful women, and I commend you in your organization. I'm very curious about the efforts in terms of your outreach. How do new recruits find you, or how do you find them, especially in light of the pandemic? As we all know, all of our lives changed within the past few years. Now, how has that affected you, your leadership, and organization? How do you come to get on board with the pandemic having affected us all?
Well, as crazy as the pandemic was, it did force us to utilize technology. And so during the pandemic, most of our programs were virtual, and we did use the Zoom platform to do it. And what we found that it did is that we reached more people. The outreach was vast. We encouraged our members to send the information over their networks, because everybody has a network. Even if it's two people, we used to say contact, but that's part of your network. You send it out to them. We develop an invitation, and people register for the program, and then and they have the link to the programs, just like how your program is basically established, and then they come in on it, and we have various program titles, like you might say domestic violence, and they register and they come in, and then we have experts in the field, agencies and organizations, and testimonies maybe from a domestic violence survivor that might come in and speak. And so basically that's how we grew as an organization previously. Okay, sorry.
So Barbara, let me ask you. So let's just get to the real nitty gritty here.
Yes.
You know, women with a purpose, because things are changing now, and things have changed. Women are stepping up to the plate. They're running Fortune 500 companies. They got their own big time companies they have built from the ground. It seems now that the women are doing it. And it's not taking anything away from men because men been doing it forever, but women now seems to have more confidence in themselves and realize that they can run a company and run an organization. So how do you see the change of women stepping up to the plate than what it used to be?
Well, from my point of view and from the age bracket I'm in, women have always stepped up to the plate. It's just that now the opportunities have been afforded them. We have broken the glass ceiling. They were not able to contain us anymore. So you find us in those positions that they should have been all the time. They were always qualified, should have always been there. Trained a lot of the men that moved up into those positions, got them because they were men, but the woman in that company was the one that trained them and counsels them many times through the course of their tenure in their company.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it seems like when something happens, in particular, even when something good or something big happens, there's always a woman there behind the scenes doing the work that's not getting the credit that they should have been getting because they the one doing the work. It's just like when you're at home and you're taking care of your husband and the kids and you're responsible for the bills, everything. That's a business in itself, running from home.
Right.
And you get it done because you can juggle and multitask so many things, and nothing taken away from the men. But when they start multitasking, it's like all of a sudden, like, oh my God, what, like they just get all frustrated and everything. But it seems like the women have always been able to step up to the plate and do it. It's just that I just always felt like we didn't get the recognition that we should, have gotten. But we're going to hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to be right back.
Thank you.
It's Shannon. It's Shannon.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
We are back. If you're just joining us, our special guest today is Miss Barbara Biggs Glover. And we're talking about women with a purpose. And I was saying before we went to break about women running their home business, because that's a business in itself. But Miss Biggs, I want to also ask you about women working together today. It seems like it's a problem with us working together because we can't get rid of the jealousy over each other, which I don't understand. Because if someone has built their business or built whatever, then you should be able to share what you are doing, and the person should be able to want to find out how did you get there rather than being jealous over you. Where do you think that comes from?
Well, I think I'm fortunate because I'm part of BNP. We always say that for short for our organization. And we pride ourselves with being a sisterhood. Not to say that jealousy is not there as well, but you can't see it as much because we're called to work together to put on our programs and our initiatives. Now, in terms of I think in the community, if you're getting it, it might be because a person doesn't feel self-worth. They might have low self-esteem. And when they see another woman moving in a direction that she in her heart and hearts knows is a place she could be, she kind of gets taken aback by that. And so, and instead of embracing it and looking to the person as a mentor, she might push back on it and, try to bring up negative kind of attachments to the person instead of complimenting her.
Mm-hmm.
The person
So-
is getting the bad vibe or the bad reaction. If they really think about it, they can embrace the woman. They can let her know, don't who you see now is not who I've always been.
Right. I think part of that problem as well is that sometimes women may not want to share and to teach others, to bring them to the space of the table. Sometimes people, it's more or less told and not helped, where they're not assisting people, and people kind of put them on this pedestal that more, you think you're better. And there's also how people present themselves. You go places here and there, sometimes people walk in a room and they just think all eyes is on them, instead of like, okay, we here for purpose, and bring the people to the table. When you know that people don't know or don't have as much knowledge and information as you have, bring them to the table to have the discussion and make them all inclusive, have them engage, make them feel that they're involved. And because sometimes you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. If you walk into the room, you're not learning anything. But if you bring people who have those low self-esteem or the inferiorities to the table, let them have a voice, and they can then become part of that conversation.
Yes. So very often the platforms that we plan and execute deal with those kinds of things, your domestic violence, human trafficking, and such. You have your experts that are on the panel that help deal with those kind of things. And so people come together that hear it, come away with the resources that they need to move forward. So again, we're kind of the Brooklyn Club is in a unique position to embrace the community. We don't look down on them. We see crises and we meet the call. We come out. Right now, we're getting ready to do something with the maternal mobility issue. And so we know it's a crisis. Yes, they say it's predominantly low income, affecting low income African Americans, but not only. Affluent women have been subjected to it. So we're looking to bring a panel together with medical experts, women that have a testimony where they've had that kind of experience, and bring information to the community so that they are aware that this is a crisis. This is something that's happening. You're not crazy. It's real. It's happening. The doctor's not listening to you.
Yeah,
And
I just want to add, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yes.
When you speak about the mortality rate, morbidity rate, the
Yes.
thing is, it's not, like you said, it's not just that it's a poor community. It's really a focus on Black and brown community, Black and brown women.
Yes.
And that is where the problem is. It's not just here in New York. It's really across the United States. And this has been a problem that's going on for years. It's not a new phenomenon that's coming. It may be coming to light when something happens, it becomes news media. But this is a problem has just been there for like forever, just about.
Yes, the Biden and Harris administration have presented a call to action for the public and private sector to work on this issue and bring this crisis to the.
Is that noise? Where's that noise coming from? Because we need to mute.
Like somebody
we need to mute who's in the room.
Okay. Yes, let me mute it.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that
No, you don't have to get up. Let's keep going.
I mean, it's good that Biden and Harris is putting this agenda together, but this is not a new phenomenon.
No, it's
They're
not
putting
new.
the agenda together to do what?
To call an action for maternal mortality.
Yeah, and it's not new.
But you know what? Because we always talk about that all the time, particularly every time there's an election or something is going on. We always talk about what we don't get for our community, what we don't, why there's such a disparity in things. But we also have to understand that, we have to also do our part. Exactly. When you want to get resources and stuff for your community and stuff, it's because you don't vote. And the people that's running for office, that's what they go by, is what community votes, that's who gets the most resources or whatever. And we've been saying this for years and years and years and years and years. You have to come out and vote. Not only come out and vote, you have to come out to the meetings and in the community to find out what's going on. A lot of times the people don't even know what's going on in their own community until something happens. See, you can't sit in the house and think somebody's going to bring this stuff to your house. You got to come out to the community meetings, find out what's going on, see how you can help the people in the community as well, how you can also help bring resources to the community. But if you won't come outside and vote when it's time to vote, then what are you complaining about?
But Lottie, that call to action has nothing to do with voting. That has nothing.
You know what? Okay.
I mean, in part, right? In part, but it goes beyond voting because it goes back to the health inequities, the health inequalities, the health disparities, the social determinants of health. That falls from that platform. Racism, public health issue, all these things is way beyond just voting.
Okay, there's a huge bat needs to be swung at more than one ball, and I agree with Dr. B. It's the kind of thing. Whereas whatever we can do in the context, well, whatever you women can do in the context, or specifically Ms. Glover and her leadership, it would be one of many things that needs to happen. And but I think great points are made, and I wanted to ask Ms. Glover this as a segue: what does your organization do, if anything, to cross the racial barrier in terms of working together with other groups that may be similar in their purpose and function as yours? Now, provided, granted, they don't use Sojourner Truth as the matriarch, a great activist and trailblazer, but are there any other organizations that you might be affiliated with, or are you open to any other
NCNW? Mostly we affiliate ourselves with African American organizations and spiritual organizations as well. We don't have a problem with other organizations, but I feel that we need to concentrate on ourselves. Everybody, you know, they're positioning and they have position and they have spokesmen and they have laws that help and protect them. And so we need to be mindful and proactive in doing the same. That doesn't mean that I'm not embracing. And when we have our programs, they're welcome. And many of our partners, like Brooklyn Hospital Center and the community liaison at Brooklyn Hospital Center, is not African American, and she's been very, very supportive in terms of us doing our platforms, like our Think Health platform and our triple the negative triple the negative breast cancer platforms. And we've I'll say the last 4 years we've done it, and her name is Mustafa, and she's been very, very inspiring, you know, in helping us get those things done.
Very good. Very good.
We want to let the community know that we are on every level. In every level of our society, we have the expertise that we need to get things done. And we don't have to always go to the other people. We are here and we are qualified and we can get it done.
Well, that's I just want to add, that's sometimes some of the problem that we have in the community. We have a lot of organizations that are doing the same work and have boots on the ground. They're working in silos. Okay, so when you work in silos, you know, A may get a piece of something, B may get a piece of something, but A and B can come together collectively. They're both fighting for the same cause.
Right.
For the same cause. So when you work in silos, you don't get a overall beneficial result. No one wins in that sense.
No. Collaborations and networking has been a phenomena of the NANBPWC Inc. for generations, and in particular, the Brooklyn Club has partnered with organizations over the years. We do collaboration with the 79 Precinct Community Council. We do partnerships with the Brooklyn Hospital Center. We do collaborations with, you know, Mount Sinai Baptist Church. We do partnerships with any the organization that not on my watch. When we do the domestic violence, we partner with them, and they come on our presentation, and they provide information and the expertise that we need to let people know that, hey, we're out here, we know what's going on, we're here, we're with you. So we do. It is stressed to collaborate. Collaborate means that your outreach is wider.
Yeah, because when Vanessa said, is when we join our power together, it makes us more powerful, because that way you have more people to fight the cause. It's just like when they come out to protest and thousands of people come out to protest together to make the noise. So the louder the noise, the better they can hear what we're talking about. So when we come together and partner with other organizations, other people, I mean, we can really get the word out to the community much better. And not only that, even when you go and put something out to the community, it's still, as I said before, it's important for the community to respond. The community has to respond to what's going on in your community. And that's what I say. And
that's important. And so I think we need to understand too, in our quest for equal opportunity, for exposure, we have to understand there's different levels of where we express that. So you have your demonstrations, our community service organizations get together, and we make sure that we provide workshops or program initiatives that make sure that our community knows what's going on, provide them with the resources. We do Google Docs. So at the end of our presentations, we have a whole Google Doc with resources where if they go back and look, they can get that information at will.
Right. So
the combination makes us whole.
Right. So our time is up, Ms. Biggs, and we want to thank you so much for coming on and telling us about your organization. You're doing good work, and we hope to see more good things coming out of the Brooklyn Club.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work, and hopefully we'll be on the platform again. Getting another award.
With another award, right. More importantly, our community will be rich as a result of you, this platform, and the Brooklyn Club and theirs. And
so you heard it for yourself. Make sure you respond to whatever would be brought into your community, and come on out to find out what's going on in the community. Because it takes all of us to change the community. One organization can't do it by themselves, and you're not going to learn anything sitting behind closed doors. You have to come out and see what's going on. So thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Sandler.
Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Joining us, and look, we're just happy to be back to talk.
Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you so much. And don't forget, call me if you want a ticket. All right. Take care. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Today's show is sponsored by Abu's Bakery. If you have a sweet tooth, stop by Abu's Bakery for some delicious cakes and pies.
Would you like beautiful pictures for your home or your office? Then stop by Faith Art Gallery. They have a large selection